I want to take up three issues on this book from the chapter 7, that is on Dalit Bahujan politics, crisis, dilemmas and hope. The first question he raised was that the Dalit Bahujan politics are severely in the midst of an epistemic crisis. Really, the book appeals to make an understanding of how Dalit Bahujan politics are suffering in the country, and how the BJP is taking advantage of this crisis by using a conspiracy of colonial model, that is Bema Koregaon, and they have used that conspiracy on the various socialists, communists, Dalits, minorities, secularists, everybody. They have used, they linked them and then ultimately arrest them and put them into jail, and that completely leaves no space for dissent, in which anybody cannot speak on their issues in any of the platform. And second issue that he highlighted is that the present regime is having no social agenda or the economic agenda for the larger public masses. And it is very true that because only the representation that they are providing to the marginal communities in this country is only symbolic and tokenism. Because if you see that in 2019, when the war memorial was inaugurated by Modi, and Ramnath Kovind was not even invited to that, and that is one example. Recently the parliament when inaugurated by Modi, and even Draupadi Murmu madam was also not invited. If you see that, because one a speech from his 40-minute speech from during the parliament launch, where I have taken two lines, that from Panchayat Bhavan to Sansad Bhavan, our inspiration is the development of our country and its people. Because in during my 9th, 10th, when I was studying in school, I have heard about many things about the Benami presidents in my villages. Like some upper caste person institute one Benami lower caste marginal person, and he is not having any power, only blindly sign. Same thing I have been experiencing in the national level. It is very pathetic in a kind of such a larger democratic country where our presidents don't have power, and they are just like Draupadi Murmu madam sent a congratulatory message to Modi, is like American president. Where we are in is the question, is the social thing. Even the way he performed pujas and everything is going back to that kind of the situation. Are we going back to the slavery and all? Because in the book, one example was mentioned by Kanchayala, where when Modi became president, the prime minister of this country, he celebrated that he is like Abraham Lincoln, is going to liberate Dalits and the marginal sections, and the slavery will be liberated. But it is reversely going on. This is the social condition of this country. If it comes to the economic the agenda, it is very clear. It is very clear the monopolist market culture is the only sole idea. And if you see that the Indian people, richest 1% people holds 51.5% wealth of this country, and whereas the 60% only 4.7%. Even if you say the Global Hunger Index report, in India, 224.3 million people are undernourished, and they don't have even a single meal a day, is the report. And the government has countered with that one, their statement, saying that there is no such kind of the poverty and hunger in the country. And they have come up with a statement saying that we are feeding with the ration of the 80 crore people. If people are not suffering, why do you feed them? You are saying them that they are not suffering, but you are feeding them. This is something they are controversing themselves. If you see the economic unemployment situation, in 2017-18, the Business Standard, the NSS report, 4-decade high unemployment. And also, recently, the Amitabh Kundu sir has brought India discrimination report. There also, it is very clearly mentioned, there is a high unemployment rate among the Muslims in the urban areas, and the high unemployment rate among the Dalits in the rural areas is very much seen, and there is a huge crisis. If you see this, both social and economic agenda, their social agenda is to bring the marginal section back to this kind of slavery, cheap labor, and the economic agenda is that only just to promote the market culture of the elite, the richest business capitalists of this country. So with this, I am just closing some I think even the traditional, the emotion, what that is all also not reality, because Indian capitalists, traditional cultural propaganda, it's only propaganda. And the real agenda is to promote monopoly market culture in this country. That's like East India Company, one nation, one company. That is the only target of the ruling government and the Indian capitalists. And there is no food for the poor is the outcome of this book. Excellent book. I congratulate Ajay sir, and also the Samruddha Bharat Foundation, Pushparaj Deshpande ji, for giving this opportunity. If anything, I'll just react to the questions. Thank you so much.